Our worst fear has officially happened. Not only did it happen as I predicted it would happen, ladies and gentlemen, it is worse than I predicted. I said all that needed to happen for us to lose our top spot is for the matchday officials to have a bad game, to have a poor game. That not only happened, but we played very, very, very badly. In addition to the poor game that the matchday officials had. Sotogrado, congratulations. I think this is the second game he's officiating that we have dropped points. And I think in the history of refereeing, especially against us, we have suffered the most losses whenever Cesar Sotogrado referees our games. Complaining about the refs now would be me making excuses for these players. But we're absolutely cow dung today. I don't know what the problem is. But from the post-game conference match presser, I hear Kubasi saying they are pretty tired. They have been going week in, week out for almost a month. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The last two games are outliers. They are outliers in the sense that we played poorly from the beginning to the end. Usually we start games poorly and then we pick up in the second half, but in these ones we have played poorly from the first minute to the last minute. I don't have any energy to expend talking about the officials. But as all the players have said, as Juan Garcia has said, as Gerard Martin has said, as Pau Kubarsi has said, as the gaffer Hansi Flick has said, the whole world saw what happened. Echeverri stepped on Kunde's ankle after losing a 50-50 challenge, and then he got the ball and scored. That is how I explain the play. To show you how blatant it was, the commentators were flabbergasted. They repeatedly said that was a foul, that was a foul, that was a foul. They couldn't let it go. The two commentators in the game, La Liga commentators, they couldn't let it go. They couldn't understand. It was inexplicable. I said I wasn't going to rant, but here I am ranting because it's infuriating. It's bad enough for me that my team right now are playing like trash. But it doesn't help us that we are getting blatantly robbed. That being said, Juan Garcia was man of the match in a game that we lost. So that should explain to you, so that should tell you the story of how the game went. If Juan Garcia wasn't in goal, I guarantee you we would have considered at least 5 goals. This is what we keep saying all season long. But I'll take Kubasi's word for it. They are exhausted. Because I don't want to believe that this team is what it is now. I don't know. They seem to lack concentration. They seem to not want to play again. The gaps were too wide in the game. There was disconnect from the attack to the midfield to the defense. They were not in sync. Also, I don't know when Lamine Yamal started taking penalties. I don't know when he became the official penalty taker at Barca. And I won't come here and crucify him for a miss today. But I don't like that. I like that he wants to take responsibility, but if he's not our best penalty taker, he shouldn't be taking penalties. It makes absolutely no sense. When Rafinha is on that pitch, I don't think Lamine Yamal should be taking penalties. This is not a knock on him. And I'm sure most coolers would agree with me when I say this. Alejandro Balde was on the bench today. Frankly, he should have stayed on the bench all game, because the moment he was substituted out for Gerard Maldini, he was the one that lost the ball that led to the second goal Girona scored. He was the one. That is not to absolve Gerard Martin too, because he was at fault for the Thomas Lemar goal. The goal Lemar scored. Gerard Martin was basically watching him tap that ball in. He was in front of Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin was better than Balde, but he was also at fault for the first goal. So our two left backs were at fault for the two goals we conceded today. They could have done better. I'm not saying they could have categorically stopped it, but they could have done better. The midfielders today were non-existent. I know the possession stats will say otherwise. Of what use is it if when you hold the ball, you can't recover it, and at every opportunity your opponent has with the ball, they are looking very dangerous? Girona are in a relegation battle, and they played just as good as Atletico, if not even better, considering the players they have. Juan Garcia, man of the match, in a game that you lost. That should tell you the whole story of the game. I don't want to check the ratings. I'm uninterested. Everybody played like trash. Everybody played like trash. But Sotogrado, I have something to tell you. It is only God that will judge you. It is only God that will judge you. And I'm hearing it is Hernandez that was in the VAR room. So you can imagine the combo. After filing an official complaint with the CTA, they decided to get their league back by appointing Sotogrado, our worst possible nemesis of a referee, to ref a crucial game for us. So now we are now the ones hunting Real Madrid. We are 2 points behind them. All it took was a bad game from the official and an even worse game from FC Barcelona. Nevertheless, there's a lot of league left to play. It's just matchday 24. So we have about 12 games to go. And a potential El Clasico that might, or that will determine the fate of the league. Because honestly, I don't see Madrid dropping points. Not because they are that good, but because the refereeing in La Liga has been grossly compromised. They are not fair. They are not playing fair, and they are being open about it. They are not being fair. Madrid are getting penalties for basically nothing. They get penalties out of nothing, and then we don't get penalties called for us. They let soft they chop off our goals illegally, goals that are legal. They try to find reasons not to give us, and then I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. And as Hansi Flick will say, he's going to give the players 2 days off because they are tired and they need rest and they need to recharge, and then they come back and train. Because frankly, I don't have any energy to expend. I wasn't able to even do a pre-game preview, a match day preview. I couldn't do it because I was engaged, but I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Because I was really shocked. The commentators were shocked. The fans were shocked. The players were even more shocked. Rafinha was on the bench and was shouting, "Falta, falta, es falta, es falta." It means it's foul. It's foul. For those who don't know Spanish, it means it's foul. It's too blatant. They are not hiding it anymore. I think basically we just need to hand the league over to Madrid, because that's what they're telling us. We need to just hand the league over to Real Madrid. There's no need for us to play any remaining games if this is how they are going to choose to treat us. Flick also said he doesn't want to complain. The whole world saw it. The players said they saw it, and he said it will sound like he's making excuses, and I feel him, because even me, I feel somehow trying to justify the robbery. Anyways, please like this video, subscribe, and I would like to hear your opinions in the comment section. Fiscal El Barça.